All right. Good afternoon here from Tallahassee. It's 2 p.m. here, Friday afternoon. I hope you are doing well. It's been a long time that I've been online on YouTube. I've been very busy. I've been very busy. In fact, I'm even preparing for a journey now. So, welcome to the YouTube channel again today. Today, I want to treat one important question that people get asked during visa application, not asked directly, but that impact visa application, and many people have that question in mind while going for a visa interview. And the question is about the current job the applicant is doing. And many times people have this mindset, this concern that the current job they are doing, especially those who uh, don't have relation with what they want to study, that the current job they are doing does not have a relationship with what they are currently studying, or what they want to go and study as a, for maybe for master's program or for a PhD program. So many people have that problem. They have that question in mind: how do I go about it? What do I do? And the likes. Prince, I say hi to you, the very regular member. You should be one of the top members here. All right. So people have that question in mind, that what should they do? How do they present themselves? For example, someone who studied pharmacy, for example, Ezekiel. Yeah, I can see you. I say hi to you. Someone who studied pharmacy, for example, and then is currently working in a bank. Okay, and then he wants to go for a program, a higher degree in maybe pharmaceutics, yeah, no, pharmacognosis or whatever they call it. I can, all those stuff. And the person is currently working in a pharmacy, for example. You can't write the bank job as some of your work experience in your statement of purpose, because it's not related. Okay, you want to do something related, and in that regard, I usually tell people what you should do is to either find a place to serve as an intern, find a professor you can assist in the lab, or depending on the course you have done. Okay, find somewhere where you can practice what you actually studied in school. And I have examples of different people who interned, who went and even spent their money to learn, okay, because that's the skill they require. And then those are the things you will write in your SOP. So you cannot write no matter that irrelevant information in your SOP, even in your CV, because it does not pertain to what you're applying for. Okay. Now, when it comes to visa interview, what should you do? Because remember, visa interview, you want to demonstrate that you are actually a genuine student. You want to demonstrate to the VO that you're a genuine student and you are going to study this and that, and you are passionate about it. Number one, I don't think that should what do you call it now, disqualify you. It won't disqualify you. However, you want to demonstrate to the VO again that you are actually currently prepared to do what you want to do, to go and study what you want to study. So all those internship experiences, all those experiences you have mentioned in your SOP, you should hammer on those things. Don't make let your emphasis be on the job which is not related. Okay, don't let your emphasis be on the job which is not related. For example, if tailoring is what is really bringing money to you, but you have also done some teaching before, when you are asked about what you do at the embassy, I would expect that, because if you are going for research and teaching, they are related. I would expect that you put more emphasis on on the teaching which you have done, even though tailoring is what is bringing more money to you. But that's not related to what you want to go and do. Because at every point in time, with every question that the VO throws at you, you want to demonstrate to the VO that you are a genuine student. And then you want your reasons, you will tell the VO you are coming back to take up a blah blah role in this institution or whatnot and all those stuff. So you want to demonstrate to the VO that you are actually doing things in that line currently. So even if the teaching is by the side, if you are doing the extra lesson by the side, you want to lay emphasis on that teaching, because that is what is related to what you want to go and do. That is what related to the study. The tailoring does not relate. Maybe you are studied biochemistry and you are selling cream currently. You want to lay emphasis on something else which you are doing. That's why when you are making those applications, try and get some things doing. Okay, be an intern somewhere where it's relevant. Be a so you can say, oh, you are currently a research intern somewhere. That's a good answer. Okay, and then of course whatever is making money for you, you can still talk about the salary you are receiving monthly, because it's just what you are receiving. So there's a way to work with wisdom in all these things, and then so that of course you are not lying, and you are also not selling yourself short. Remember, for the visa interview, you are whenever you apply, I mean appear before the VO, you are looking for every opportunity to demonstrate that you are a genuine student. You are using every opportunity to demonstrate that you are a genuine student. That's what you want to demonstrate. Okay, that's what you want to do. You don't want to fall into a situation where the VO start looking at you as someone who is just desperate to travel out. So when the VO says, okay, what are you currently doing, and then you just mention one random thing which is not related to what you want to go and study at all, that shouldn't be an excuse for the VO to disqualify you. But of course, again, you want to demonstrate to the VO that you're actually a very genuine student. The VO can use that as an excuse, pick some other things and link everything together and say, oh, this one has not been practicing, this one is not serious, this one just want to go. Remember, again, having gaps in your CV, in your SOP, or in your talk, of course, you will feel when you apply to the embassy, you will fill your DS-160 form, and these are the things you will fill out in the DS-160, your employment record and the likes. Having gaps does not look good on you. Does not look good on you. So I will say, even if it seems as if you have gaps, think about how you spend those years. If there are things beneficial that are beneficial to you that you did during those years, include it in your CV or in your employment details. And these are some of the ways you can navigate employment-based questions. Okay, because they are looking at, as you speak, they are looking at the reasons you are given, which may serve as on time. They are looking at the responses you are giving, which can serve as on time. For example, if someone who is now studying tailoring, I mean, who is doing tailoring, who has left school 10, maybe 10 years ago, currently doing tailoring, and then he's saying, I'm coming back to my alma mater to continue in the school where to my alma mater to be a professor, to lecture, to be a researcher. The VO is trying to think, you are doing tailoring. I'm not saying tailoring is bad. I'm just linking it to someone who wants to do a master's degree or a PhD in something research based. Okay. So, and the VO is trying to link it. How does it correlate? But if you are teaching by the side, for example, you are doing tutorials, you are teaching, doing stuff that are bringing money, or you intern somewhere to gain research experience, you can use those ones as your main point, and it won't have to be the tailoring, which is what is actually bringing money to you. Even though the internship is by the side, you can use that as your main point and talk about it. That okay, I'm in doing an internship. I'm a research intern at International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. Even though you go there 3 times a week or 2 times a week, or even weekends, who cares? That's what you are doing. That is related to what you want to go and do. That's what you are doing that is related to your course, to your course of study. So talk about it. Okay. And that's one way to navigate that. Ifeoluwa, how are you doing today? I see you, I to you. I said I to you. So if you have a question, drop it here within 2 3 minutes. I will quickly answer the question. So Jefferson, let me your question. You said, "Hi Samuel, what kind of a financial assistance is available to you for you and your family?" Basically, just the assistantship, and it depends on the school. It depends on what package your school will give. Some schools give packaging or a package for family. Most schools will just give to you alone. They won't give to family members. Okay, so you have to be the one to sort out your family. Okay, but there are some schools, however, that give to families too. They give assistantship to you, and then they separate some funding for the family. So if you get into those kind of school, yeah, that's fine. That's what you will get. But if not, you will just you get financial assistance in form of assistantship, and then you fund your family yourself. Okay, so within 1 minute, 2 minutes, let me receive any question. If you have any question, let me receive it. But let me just quickly, for those who are just joining in, let me just quickly make a summary of what I have said. What I have said is this: while making your application to the embassy for F1, F2 visas, there'll be a part where you will have to talk about employment history. Now, let me say this beforehand too. If you're on F2, for example, and you have been a sit at home mom and you are not working, it's not a red flag, it's not a problem. Okay. I've seen different people who were not working because they were sit at home, they were taking care of their children, and then they got the visa. Okay. All you simply need to write in the DS 160 form is you write homemaker or I think there's a place of sit at home mom there or something like that. Or if you write that you are not working, you write the reason because they will ask people to write the reason why they are not working, why they are not employed, why they are unemployed. So you can write, I've been taking care of my kids since I gave birth to so 2 years ago. I've been doing this since this and that. So it's a valid reason because you had a kid and then you are taking care of your kid. Okay, so let me continue the summary. So the summary is that once when you are asked to fill in your employment history, you want to put in things that are relevant to what you want to go and study. Okay, you want to put in things that are relevant to what you want to go and study, especially when you are talking about it. Okay, now of course those side also you or those men also which are not relevant, you can add it, but you want to make sure that things that are relevant are present there. And I gave an example of someone who is a tailor and then who studied biochemistry, who is a tailor, and then wants to further uh, want to continue with his biochemistry degree at the higher level. What do you do? And I mentioned in some of the videos which I've made before that say you have to do things like internship before you can even gain the admission. For you to get the admission easily, to demonstrate research experience, you do internship, you do trainings with at different places, attend workshops, conferences, and the likes. And those are the things you want to actively continue doing, even though you are earning money as a tailor or as a banker. You want to make sure you are active in that regard so that when you want to talk about your passion for research, you can have things to fall back to and talk about, which are research based, which are your course based. Okay, so it will not augur well when you want to do biochemistry and you're talking about tailoring. The VO is looking at you like, okay, tailoring, what else have you got? Okay, so you want to talk about those things which are really, really, really relevant. So Wale, you are asking, do I whale gam? Okay, sorry, I said Wale. You're asking, do I have experience with English test waiver letter? Search this YouTube channel. I've made some videos on how to draft some of the letters, and I even shared some of my own samples which I drafted when I was making applications. When I was making application. All right, Ifeoluwa, you are saying about family fund. Does it matter who the sponsor is? Can it be the uncle of the F2 or a direct link? Of course, direct link is usually preferred, but if it's the uncle too, it's F2, that should work too. But of course, the more direct the link is, the better it is. Okay, because VO is able to justify why this person is spending this huge amount of money on you. Okay, so the viewer will be able to justify that. All right, cinema extra. Do you want to ask? You're asking a question, so let me wait for you to finish typing it. Okay, so if you're asked, why are you denied before? Why were you denied before? Now, because the paper they give you is usually general. Okay, it's usually general. Then you cannot pick specific points in the paper to say this is why I was denied initially. So what you can do is just think about the interview where you think it went wrong and just pick something. For example, if someone says if you just felt you didn't talk about um, maybe of course you have to be careful too so that you don't implicate yourself. So if during the interview you felt okay, the where you messed up was when a question about your research was was asked, okay, you felt you didn't explain it well, you can say that I felt I was denied because I did not articulate well my research, whatever, or why I'm going to do this well. You felt the VO did not understand from your perspective why when you explained about your research and the VO did not understand, blah 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 blah. Okay. Sometimes it can be about funding. Okay. I know someone who was denied some times ago, and then he noticed during the interview the VO asked question about, did you write any proficiency exam? And he said yes. And then the VO said, okay, do you have the results here? And he said no. Okay, so we simply wrote, and then the VO asked some other questions, and the VO denied him. Now, he couldn't really figure out why the VO denied him. Okay, but he remembered that the VO asked a question about um, proficiency exams, which he did not have the results. So he wrote in his in when he was going back again, he said the VO asked him about his proficiency exam, and it was not with the result at that time. When he went back for another interview, it was very easy for him. The VO just no VO just asked me, okay, so do you now have the proficiency exams? And he said yes. And then the VO asked some other few questions, and then that was it. So again, you want to structure your reason to be in a way where you can easily to be in a way where the question comes for you easily so that you can answer straight away. Okay, so my friend could have picked some other points during the interview that I felt the VO was the reason why the VO denied him. But he knew that okay, he didn't bring the exam, the proof of that he wrote the exam or the result for the result of the exam. He didn't have any proof with him. So he simply wrote because he did not bring the results with him. And he knew that when he's going back with the results. Okay. Another thing is a VO might have asked about wedding and the likes, and you felt it was only when you were talking about your relationship with your husband or with your family or with your wife that the VO got tuned off. You can just say that um, you didn't have enough evidence of so at that time. So the next time the VO will interview you, we ask, okay, do you have the evidence of marriage now, or that this person is your husband? Even though the VO did not require request for it, then you can use that and then say, yes, I have the evidence. Then you show pictures, you show um, whatever. You just show all those things that you need to show. So it's about being tactical, being careful to thinking about the interview as a whole and looking for something simple which you might just pick, which you know you are ready for. Okay. Because sometimes the interview starts from there for those who are going for a second time. All right. So you are saying, do then I apply for data analysis, then and I have architecture background. Then, so I can't say from what you just mentioned. It will have to. I have to know what really transpired during the whole interview process. Okay, before I can pick and say, okay, this is probably the reason. And sometimes some interview may become or may be obvious that oh it's this certain reason why you were denied. It may be very obvious why you were interviewing. Just try to write it in a very positive way, so that and just to show that you are prepared for it. Okay, so you write the reason in such a way to show that you are prepared to give answer to this now. Okay, so that is what you need to do. All right, let me take one more question before I go. It's almost 20 minutes. Uh, one more question, one last question before I go. You're welcome, Cinema Extra. You're very much welcome. One last question before I go. Okay. Okay, it seems there is no more question. If there is no more question, I think this will just end it today. If you're just coming in, um, okay. Uh, so no, for this first question, Timex, you said how many months statements of account is required by the embassy. So I usually say it's good to go with like 6 months statement of account. That's what I usually say. 6 months statement of account is usually a good thing. That's what I say. Okay, some people might be able to go with three. In fact, it's possible that the view does not even check it sometimes. Okay, they just believe what you are saying. But 6 months is a good idea. Um, Kabuda, you're saying what is the estimated budget for the first month? It depends on the state you are going to. Okay, but let me just list things you will most likely spend money on in your first month. Okay, you will spend money on accommodation, which can range from around, depending on the type of accommodation, shared or unshared, from 500 to 1,500 thereabout. Okay. And then you, of course, prepare for times two of that because you pay deposit fee. And of course, within that same first month, you will eat something, right? You want to prepare 200, 300 thereabout if it's you only, or something more if you are more than if just you and your family. Then of course you want to buy, move around. Of course, if it's a campus place, city or town, most likely you will have free, what do you call it now, free transportation around. Okay, so but the major thing that will got money um is the, what do you call it now, is the accommodation. Okay, and you want to prepare money for phone bills, like maybe some people get as low as $40, $10 per month. It can be $50, it can be $30. You may want to buy a new phone. Okay, depending on the type of plan you may want to go for, type of package you may want to go for. Some of these network provide free phone. They will give you the phone freely, and then you just subscribe to their network. That means you have to be with them for at least 1 year or 2 years. You can change. Some will give you the phone freely and you pay um, in installments. So it depends on the whole thing. So is 3,000 enough if you have scholarship in Texas? I would say yes. That should do something. 3,000 is good. Okay, just know that accommodation will take a lot, transportation, maybe phones. You want to furnish the house too. That depends on your taste. Okay, that depends on your own taste. You may not be able to furnish fully in 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Okay, you can just, but if you are the type that want everything set, so that will determine how much money you will have to spend, how much more you will have to spend. All right, but for basic things, of course, 3,000 is more than enough for the real basic things. All right, so just cinema. So your statement covers only front page. No, you need to make it more. Okay, make it more than what you have. Usually 6 months is good. Usually 6 months is good. All right, thank you guys for joining in today. God bless you. Real good. Subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. Okay, subscribe, and share with friends. Those you know who will need this, or asking questions like this, send it to them. Let them know that I answered it. In, s- I'm not sure my answer will be the best answer, but at least I know I've given a good answer from experience, from what I've seen. Okay. So your interview is next week. Next week, what? Is it Monday? If it's not Monday, then you can still get the statement of accounts. Okay. But if it's Monday and you can't get the statement of, or if it's Thursday, then you can still get the statement of account between Monday and Thursday, just 6 months back. And if it happens that you couldn't get it at all after trying all your best, just go. I mean, sometimes they don't even check. Many times they don't even check the statement of account. It's when the person becomes not exactly suspicious, but if the VO really wants to confirm and all those things, they check. All right, guys. God bless you. Really good. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a nice night if you are in West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and the like. And have a nice day ahead if you're on this side of the planet too. All right. For POF, for F2, for 1 year is enough. Just for 1 year is enough. Yes, Adeyemi Oyelami, just for 1 year is enough. So Cinema Extra, your dad is your sponsor, so it will be easier. So you'll be able to print a new statement of account. All right, God bless you. Really good. Enjoy.